The views and opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show are solely based on the show's hosts, guests, and viewers. We are solely responsible for all show content in its entirety and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of any sponsors in any way. These broadcasts are presented and made public by the On the Spot with David Rodgers team in the hope that it will be entertaining and informative to our viewers and listening audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's 7 o'clock and time for On the Spot with David Rodgers. And now, here he is, Mr. Friday Night, the show pony himself, the man, the dream, the legendary David Rodgers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. I'm your host, David Rodgers, alongside Mitchell Gunner and the Byron Bagwell. As soon as he gets here, Michael Heater in the back, and Dave Holland as well. Great to have you along. Tonight's show sponsored by the Mitchell Gunner Racing. Be sure to follow our favorite NHRA Division II Summit ET Sportman Racer as he tears up the tracks in the southeastern United States. Follow Mitchell on Facebook for the latest. How about that, Mitchell? Let's get the show started as we always do with our prayer, our pledge, and our patriotic quote of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, please bow your head. Our righteous Heavenly Father, let us once thank again for a wonderful and glorious day you've given us, dear Lord. Thank you for this time that we're able to do this show, and for all my brothers and sisters, dear Lord, that are involved with the show, and of course, all of our viewers and fans that are watching, dear Lord, that you just keep blessing them to the utmost. Thank you for letting us live in the greatest country in the world today, the United States of America, dear Lord, the most powerful, the most freest country in the world today. I know we have our own issues, dear Lord, but if you put your hand upon us, dear Lord, we'll be able to get through those issues together. Thank you for the greatest armed forces in the world today. Our armed forces, dear Lord, United States Armed Forces, all of them combined. Keep a hedge of protection over them, dear Lord, as they're out there fighting against domestic and international terrorism, dear Lord, and everything else that's involved as well. Thank you for our first responders, each and every one of those men and women, dear Lord, that give their all each and every day to keep us safe from harm. Thank you for the food that we receive. It goes the nourishment of our bodies and our bodies to thy service. Any spoken or unspoken prayer requests, dear Lord, that you touch each and every one of them, dear Lord. You're the ultimate healer. You're the ultimate comforter. You can comfort all these people, dear Lord. Again, thank you for a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and a wonderful weekend upcoming. And we ask for these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. And the congregation says, Amen. All right. Let us stand for our pledge. And I'm going to ask Mr. Mitchell Gunner to now lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
All right. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to On the Spot with David Rodgers. My name is David Rodgers. I'm your host each and every Tuesday night, and whichever Saturday we decide to do it on. To my left is the Byron Bagwell wearing his shirt. Here we go, Mr. Mitchell Gunner. He'll have our local news, and of course Byron will have our national news. We got Michael Heater coming up with the weather here in just a few minutes, and also bringing us some different things, shedding some light on a couple of things that we got going on this weekend. And of course our producer, Super Dave Holland, back here in the back, producing the show and bringing all these beautiful graphics to you. I've got a quote of the night, Byron. I know you have one as well.
Yes, I do.
Here we go. Listen up. If the facts don't fit the theory, change the facts. Who said that? Great scientist. One of the greatest scientists that was known in his day.
I know who that is, but
Okay.
I know what it sounds like too.
Okay.
But I know who it is.
Okay.
So I'm going to let somebody else guess.
All right.
And then I'm going to give my funny answer.
Okay. Michael?
Oh, that was clearly Dr. Frankenstein.
Okay. Clearly. All right, Dave.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Dave,
Sorry,
a guess?
Rail, oh Lord.
Frankenstein. All right, Mitchell.
Let's see. That is going to be the creator of the atom bomb.
The creator of the atom bomb.
Really? He's going to go with
He's going to go with Yeah, I know. Einstein.
No,
Yeah,
that's
Einstein.
not really who did that.
Right, he's got, yeah. You like Einstein too, okay? Do you like Einstein?
Not as much as Frankenstein.
All right, but you'll take Einstein.
I'll take
All
Einstein.
right, you'll take Einstein?
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Yeah, you will, because it's the
Al-
correct
it's
answer.
Albert Einstein who said that.
It is
sounds
Albert
like,
Einstein.
It sounds like something that Stalin said.
All right, what do you have for us, B?
All right, it is amazing that people who think we cannot afford to pay for doctors, hospitals, and medication somehow think that we can afford to pay for doctors, hospitals, medication, and a government bureaucracy to administer it.
Ooh. Oh,
That sounds like and I have no idea, but it sure sounds like a Ted Cruz quote to me.
okay, so you're going Ted Cruz. Mitchell? I'm going General Colin Powell.
The wheels are turning. How about
Okay.
how about Donald Trump?
Nope, those are all great guesses, but it was Thomas Sewell.
Thomas Sewell. I'll be dadgum. Here we go. See?
If you don't know who Thomas Sewell is, please look the man up. He's just brilliant.
Yes, he is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into On the Spot with David Rodgers. We are here live at Slice and Dice Barbecue, guys. How about that? Great establishment owners, Chris Davis, KC Napier. Hey, great place to eat, great food.
Yeah.
Changing the menu up.
Yeah.
They've got a salad bar in the back.
Yeah.
We've got people out here tonight, inside eating and outside eating.
yeah.
Hey, this is a great, great atmosphere, Mitchell. If you've never eaten here, you need to come here.
Right, and
Yes.
I'll tell you what, you can tell it's good food because it smells good.
Well,
Yes, it
I can
does.
tell you, it's going to have my stomach growling before the end of the night.
Yes, it
It smells so
is.
good.
So you're saying your stomach's going to be chewing on your backbone until
Yeah.
you get some of that food in you.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we'll see how that plays out. All right, guys. Again, welcome in. We're facing to go and do our 360 after we take these commercial breaks. This is the 360. Your news and weather update is 360 degrees and 360 seconds. Hey, brought to you by Harry Business in the Deerfoot Plaza, home of the $10 haircut. Call Dave and Company at 904-964-3338. And, by the way, open 7 days a week now. So, Byron, if you can't get your hair cut on Friday, you can go Sunday and get it cut.
That's
How about
right.
that?
That'd be a good thing, too.
Well, there you go. Mine needs it too. It's been a busy time for area firefighters following two major apartment building fires in the last 24 hours. Yesterday afternoon, Alachua County firefighters battled a fire in the Hell Plantation Villas on Southwest 97th Way near Gainesville. The fire started in the kitchen and quickly contained. However, firefighters had to return a short time later when the fire reignited. Nobody was hurt, and the Red Cross is assisting the occupants of the apartment who were displaced. Earlier this morning, another fire broke out, this one in Clay County. Another kitchen fire broke out in a townhouse on 12 Oaks Drive in Doctors Lake near Orange Park. That fire was also quickly extinguished with no injuries. The Red Cross is also assisting the displaced family as well. A man was arrested yesterday after being stopped for speeding on Southwest Archer Road near I-75 when he refused multiple orders from law enforcement to exit the vehicle. Joshua James Benfield, age 40, from High Springs, told the initial deputy he could not order him from the vehicle and refused to cooperate. Benefield was removed from the vehicle by several arriving deputies, and at that point a handgun was spotted in the vehicle. A subsequent search revealed marijuana and a pipe along with the gun. Benefield was charged with possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana, possession of drug equipment, carrying an unlicensed concealed weapon, and resisting an officer without violence.
Well,
Yeah.
if he would have just got out of the vehicle like he was asked to begin with, in that county, he may got away with everything.
And then here we
Oh,
go
sorry.
again. No, that's okay. But here we go again. You know, we hear this prevalent all the time. You're talking about law enforcement having to use force. But hey, these officers went up there, asked him nicely to get out of the vehicle. He refuses. So what happens when you refuse, Mike?
It's exactly right. And the thing
You're
about
gonna
this,
get yanked
and
out.
they were extraordinarily patient. Records indicate that it took 25 minutes before he was removed from the vehicle. So they spent a lot of
Golly.
time negotiating with him, trying to do things the correct way. And
Trying
some
to
people-
de-escalate the issue.
And some people, they just don't like to play the game that way. You know?
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And I hate that because the narrative now is, oh, we hate cops. Don't let cops do this to you, that to you. Hey, still, they've got to uphold the law. That's what they get paid to do.
They're called law
They're
enforcement.
called law enforcement for a reason.
And the other thing it's unbelievable to me, whether or not they have cameras. You got the camera following the
Got body
police
cams now and everything.
The police officers do too.
Right.
And sooner or later, bad things are going to happen to you if you don't follow police officers' instructions. They're going to drag you out of the car. And he's probably really lucky that gun was not just sitting on the seat instead of being concealed.
Right. All right. Over to Putnam County, where one person was killed this afternoon following a collision between a car and a semi-log truck at State Road 100 and County Road 315 in the Grandin community. The crash resulted in a shutdown of State Road 100 for several hours. Did you get into that this morning?
No, I was in Gainesville today. That particular spot is
Yes, it
one of
is.
the worst intersections I've ever seen.
Yes, it
You
is.
come down off a hill to a caution light.
And a curve coming on the other side.
Other side.
And that's if you're heading towards Polaris, it's the exact opposite.
Right.
And I'm just amazed at how many injuries and accidents and deaths that have occurred there. There's not an actual stoplight there.
No. Staying in Putnam County, an Interlochen man was arrested just 20 minutes after a stabbing in Crescent City Sunday night. The victim died from his stab wounds. That's sad. Deputies arrived at a residence on Cedar Street within 4 minutes and found a group of people trying to help the victim who had several stab wounds. The victim was transported by ambulance to an area trauma hospital where he later died. The suspect, who witness identified as Hector Gonzalez, 34, was quickly located at a convenience store nearby. Gonzalez and the victim were acquaintances. The two got into a verbal argument that escalated to Gonzalez stabbing the victim. Gonzalez was arrested and taken to the Putnam County Jail, where he is charged with second-degree homicide. Finally, if you saw a big military presence around Alachua, Bradford, and Union counties today wearing hazardous material suits, don't be alarmed, ladies and gentlemen. It was just for training. Mitchell will have all the details coming up in What's the Scoop here in just a few minutes. That's the latest news from around the region. Now, here is Michael Heater and your weather forecast.
This weather report brought to you by Austin's Weather Service out of Keystone Heights. Find Austin's Weather Service on Facebook and have a detailed local forecast sent right to you.
And good evening, folks. Some good information coming in for the pollen count for those of you like the gang here who's been suffering through an interminable pollen season. We are seeing some numbers drop thanks to some severe weather potential moving in on Thursday. The good news for all that is that the pollen numbers are going to drop into the low area. Check it out. Thursday, we're looking at 2.9. Again, the numbers stay kind of low as we move through the weekend. 4 as we head into Saturday. So it's shaping up to be a pretty decent weekend for those of you that are experiencing some allergies as we move along. Reason for that is a cold front. We can talk about that because the frontal boundary for tomorrow is going to be moving through Pascagoula. That, again, as it seems to be every week, seems to be the hot spot for stormy weather. Tomorrow at 79 degrees, but showers and thunderstorms will be across the entire upper coast of the Gulf of Mexico. However, as you can see where it's 82 in Orlando, it's going to be 66 in Nashville because that cold front will be making its way through here. Beautiful skies across the entire southeastern area, with the exception, of course, of Pascagoula, Mississippi, and those areas headed towards Texas and Louisiana. Locally for us, another decent day tomorrow, looking at some comfortable temperatures, Thursday's going to be the hot spot, though. We're looking at a slight chance of severe weather, damaging winds, heavy rain. Could see accumulations of 1 to 2 inches of rain anytime between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursday. Plan accordingly. However, the rain should come to an end by the evening commute, and I think you're going to enjoy the weather as it moves on. Friday morning, AM clouds start to clear out. A high of only 70 degrees, a low of 51 degrees.
How about that?
And we're looking at 40s as we head into the weekend. The trick-or-treaters for the Saturday and Sunday evening fall festivals and the trunk-or-treats going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be one of the nicest Halloweens we have had in some time. That is the Austin's Weather Service latest forecast. David, we're throwing it back to you.
All right, thanks, Mike. And while you're sitting back down, if Dave will pan the camera to you for just a second, I've got to ask you a question. Somebody asked me, how are the tropics doing and how close are we being done with hurricane season?
Well, now that's a great question because we're actually looking at a lull in the season. Now remember, historically, you have the peak of the hurricane season around September 15 to 16. It will drop off, and then we get a little bit of a spike as we go through October into November. Fortunately, the Saharan dust has caused a lot of that to kind of fade away, and as it stands right now, we've got a little tropical disturbance off the Virginia coast. It's expected to move off towards the northeast and have no impact on Florida at all. A little bit of increase in wave activity off the, that area towards D.C., Virginia, headed down to the Carolinas. But for us, beautiful conditions. I don't see any tropical activity for at least the next 2 weeks, and I do believe we're on the downhill slide that'll get us, hopefully, all the way through December.
All right. Thank you, Michael, for that. I greatly appreciate that. Again, welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. I'm your host, David Rodgers, the Byron Bagwell to my left. To my right is Mitchell Gunner. Hey, you just heard him, the Dragon Slayer, Michael Heater, our director, and, of course, our producer, Dave Holland, bringing you all those beautiful graphics. David, say hello. You haven't said hello yet.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the show tonight. We're here at Slice and Dice, and we're having a great time.
There you go. Here now is the answer to one of the questions for Thursday night trivia at the Downtown Grill. That's Team Trivia. I host that each and every Thursday night. We start trivia at 7:30, and that answer will be called under the topic, and the answer is. And tonight, David, the answer is Eagles. Wonder why? Could be Philadelphia Eagles.
Horrible football team.
It could be Boston College Eagles.
It
could be the Bald Eagles.
It could be the group, the Eagles.
It could be the group, the Eagles. It could be Eagle. It could be Eagle Scouts. It could be anything. But be there because I'm telling you what, I've got it exactly, David. It's 18 and a half minutes in. So remind me on Thursday night when I tell them if they ain't watching the show, they got to go 18 and a half minutes in.
I'll try to remind you of that.
Will you remind me of that too?
18 and a half minutes in.
18 and a half minutes in. That's where you'll find the answer, Eagles. You'll see it right there on the beautiful screen. Again, thanks again, everybody, for joining us here from Slice and Dice right here. Chris Davis and Casey Roger Napier, owners of this fine establishment. We've got a lot of people still coming in. We've got the Hollands back there. David, will you turn it to your lovely family back there? The handsome Dave, the beautiful Liz, and the beautiful Riley back there. Turn it back there and pan that on them. Y'all wait again, guys. There they are. We got some people coming in right here. Glad that we could be here at Slice and Dice Barbecue. I love this place. All of it about down the road. I know you guys had to come in further, but that's what I want to stress tonight, guys. Michael, y'all guys are going to help me stress. It is worth the drive to come here. And as Michael said, get one of the best hamburgers around. I can bar none that.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best hamburgers around. They have now got a salad bar. They've added a salad bar now, so you can get a salad. They've always got some kind of special going on. Tonight, how about this, ladies and gentlemen? I've never really heard it. 2 chili cheese corn dogs with a side and a drink. Mitchell, for how much?
$10.
$10.
And let me tell you what.
I'm going to have one tonight, so give it to me, Mike.
I saw that posting on social media. If you're not following Slice of Dice on Facebook, you need to because they throw their specials up. I saw that and said to myself, I think we should go to Slice
and
Dice.
Dice, yes.
It was so good. We're back here tonight, and I had the same thing again. So I had the corn dogs and the chili and the fries. It is absolutely phenomenal. You're going to get a great meal every time you walk in the door.
And one of my favorites, he's already told me the special tomorrow, Byron.
What?
Hamburger steak with mashed potatoes and gravy, a side, and a drink for $10. Yeah. I'm telling you, Mitchell.
And just think, I spent over $10 at Checkers, and
Isn't
it was
that
nowhere
crazy?
near good.
No way. And it won't get near as much either. All right. Now, here's everyone's favorite segment that brings back a little history. Brought to you by our great media partners, WEAG Eagle Country 106.3 FM, Chuck and Mary Kramer, Lynn Bellis, my boss on Friday nights, and the Bradford County Telegraph, owner John Miller, John Ryan Tillman, Mark Crawford, editor, and of course Cliff Smelly, sports and other guru, whatever he does. Here's what's the date. These are the headlines from the Bradford County Telegraph during the last week of October in what year? School board employees working on raises and bonuses. 2 pedestrians killed on US 301. And Audubon Society announces November programs. Was that October of 2015, October of 2017, or October of 2019? Again, school board employees working on raises and bonuses. 2 pedestrians killed on US 301, and Audubon Society announces November programs. Was that October of 2015, October of 2017, or October of 2019? I'll read the first one. Byron, you read the second one, and you can take the third one. The Bradford County School Board and the Bradford County Education Association continued their ongoing contract negotiations with some agreement on bonuses, but not on pay raises.
2 people were killed as they walked in the middle of US 301 in the dark near the Alachua-Bradford line. Micaiah Phoenix, 37, of Hampton, and Yomedith Rodriguez Mateos, 32, of Keystone Heights, were struck by several vehicles just after 11 p.m. in a stretch of road with no lighting and could not be seen by the drivers.
The Santa Fe Audubon Society November programs included a talk with
Ecologists?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Entitled Fairby Softballs and Invasion of Flying Killer Armadillos on Tuesday, November the 12th at 6:45 p.m.
Wow, isn't that crazy? What's that? Oh, school board employees working on raises and bonuses. 2 pedestrians killed on US 301. Audubon Society announces November programs, Dave. What's that? October of 2015, October of 2017, October of 2019. When Michael Heater told me what this was going to be, I already know the answer because something there gave it away to me, and I'll tell you what it was.
Let me guess, the Flying Armadillos?
It's pretty close. The Flying Armadillos. How about that?
Tell you what, don't want to get hit in the head by one of them.
Only in Alachua County.
Only, that's exactly right. Hey, welcome in again, ladies and gentlemen. This is where you can play. Take a guess on that particular date. If you can guess it right, you'll be put into a pool. And we're going to draw next week for a $25 gift certificate to the Downtown Grill. That's right, a $25 gift certificate to the Downtown Grill. Shirley Bagwell, the only person last week to get her name put in that pot. Yes, sir. How about that? All right, want to welcome in Gail Allen, Miss Bagwell. Byron, I'm going to let you do the honors.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. We'll see you later.
Oh, no, you ain't doing them honors.
Look at that.
That is, Byron. That is a chocolate Bailey's Irish cream cake. That we're all going to have a piece of tonight. You do. Look, take a look at that. Yeah. No, you ain't going nowhere with that.
Byron, I think we need to leave.
No, you don't.
Especially if there's anything left in that.
Yeah, there may not be much.
She didn't make it good enough.
Samantha Cook is watching. Big Kevin Al, my color commentator on Friday nights. John Garner from Pascagoula, Mississippi, watching. Karen Solomon Waltermeyer, who I go on vacation with, watching from Ohio, David. How about that? That's right.
Weather up there.
Hey, how's the weather up there, Karen? Roger Cruz is watching.
Hey, Roger.
The model, Sharon Petterprin's watching. Bobby Gibson from Tuscaloosa, Alabama's watching. But from my hometown, Billy Rayburn's watching. Billy, let's go, Brandon.
No, don't do that. That's code for something that we can't
Yes,
say.
I know it is. You got to get off your
Meds.
Or get on, yeah.
On his meds.
Yeah.
Billy. You can't say that.
We
You
can't
know
say that.
But you do. You do.
But
know-
I did.
But
say
I will
it.
say.
But it's
it.
code. It's code.
It's code.
It's
I
code.
will say it too. If you really are of age and you want
Yes.
to know what that is, that happened at a NASCAR event. That's
Yes,
all
it
I'm
did.
going to say
That's
about
all,
it.
Yeah, that's all. You know what we're talking about too, right? Yes, you do.
Everybody knows
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about,
yeah.
not unless you've been
And
living
Rock,
underneath a rock.
Unless you're the broadcaster there
Yeah,
that said,
yeah.
"Oh, listen, they're going. Let's go, Brandon."
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen, says from your mom. Yeah, that's not training. No, we ain't even getting into that, Billy. Get on the meds. Janet Roll's on. Roy Jackson's on. Greg Padgett's on. Lisa Terry's watching. You better. Hey, turn the camera to Michael real quick, David, because I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah. Silent. That's right. Yeah. Billy Rayberg, Michael says 19. Lee Rowenbotham, who owns Bayway Cleaning Services, comes out there and hangs out with me every day and cleans up our office building and others. If you need some cleaning done, that's the guy to call. Will Smith, 19, he says. And that's not the actor Will Smith. That's the man Will Smith. His son plays center. Nathaniel Boland Smith for the Tornadoes, which we'll talk about. Rayberg says 19. The model says 19. I think you meant to say, shut up, Billy. Tammy Testone, 2019. Melissa Cribbs is watching. Edward Petterprin says 19. Tammy Testone, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hello,
Dwight Allen, good evening, fellow Patriots.
Good evening, brother.
Roy Jackson says 2019. Billy, we have grown a set. Get back on your meds. Dwight Allen says 2019. Waiting on some others. Go ahead, I'll give you a guess.
All right, I'm going to say 19 too.
All right.
And the only reason I'm saying that is because I have no clue and I'm going with what everybody else is saying.
You're going with what everybody else.
Awesome.
All right, Michael can't give a guess. 2017, 2019, 17. You're going.
I feel bad for all you 19s. I'm going 17.
All right.
Well, if I can remember, in 2019, that's when we had the problem with the flying armadillos over the strawberry fields right here in Bradford County. And so I'm going to go 2019.
Hey, hang on just a minute, Dave. You're going 19? All right, Dave. You want 19? 19? All right. Let me write this note if you can stop this. Mitchell is full.
You don't remember that?
Full of Brandon? Is that what you said?
That's almost like Jeff Moody's picks on Friday
Well,
night.
a couple of semis actually going down 301 hit a couple of those flying armadillos while they were trying to make their way to the strawberry field.
That's about as good as Jeff Moody's picks, isn't it?
Well, I'm telling you, it's
Yeah,
2019.
all right,
You're
yeah.
going to see.
Wait.
Dwight Allen says 19.
Is he watching this?
Yes, he is.
Are we getting a flying armadillo pick?
Yes, we are.
Oh,
you know we
Lord
are.
God.
They're from
Dwight
Texas.
Allen, 19. Melissa Cribbs, 19. Miss Bagwell, 19. Oh, yes, Tammy Testone did. You know, during the Tornado Game Day report, we always have a trivia question that we ask, and Tammy Testone won the unique Bradford t-shirt. Only 11 of them are going to be made all year.
Robert, you need to write
Yeah.
this one down. Robert
So-
McGee said 19.
Yeah.
He's watching, but
Yeah.
he's in Facebook. Facebook.
Okay. All right. 19 for him. All right. I think that's all of it for now. Wait for it. And the answer is
A clean sweep tonight.
clean sweep
Yes,
2019.
the year of the flying armadillo.
Well, a lot of people's names are going in that thing for the
And they said they
Riley, Liz, Dave.
and they came from
Byron?
Amarillo, Texas.
Yeah. Shirley.
I thought they came from.
No, Amarillo, Texas. That's where the flying armadillos came from.
From Amarillo, Texas.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
You know what's in Amarillo?
Yeah.
Watch Amarillo.
Flying armadillos.
No,
Yeah.
some people's exes are in
Keep that
Amarillo.
up, all our guests are going to go home and have a dream about
Yeah.
armadillo.
Hey, well, let me ask something, Dave. Have you ever had armadillo on the half shell?
I'm not eating anything.
Thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
I am not eating anything that carries leprosy. No, thank you.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Community happenings and topics with our own local voice on current events, Mr. Mitchell Gunter.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First off, we're going to talk about some upcoming events here in Bradford County. One of those events is tomorrow afternoon, starting at 6 p.m. The First United Methodist Church of Stark will be having a trick-or-treat located at 1307 Rayford Road. Also coming up this weekend, Bradford will have their Great Pumpkin Escape.
Right.
That will be starting at 5 p.m. Downtown in Stark. And also, we had Derek Putnam on here last Tuesday night.
Right.
The 352 shootout over at Gainesville Raceway. Just remember, spectators gates open at 9:30. If you're participating in a car show or racing, you have to be there at 8 o'clock for the gates to open. If you want to come out as a spectator, it's $15 a person. If you want to drive your vehicle into the pit area, they have a VIP parking for $25 for the car and for the person. And if you have any children that are age 12 and under, or if you're active military, you are free. But also, before we get into that weekend, I want to remind everybody to come down to the football stadium and support the Bradford Tornadoes, as they will be hosting Madison at 7:30.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
And I tell you what, that is going to be one heck of a game. You're going to
Slobber knocker.
Yes, you're going to hear some hard hitting. That
yes,
is
you
for
are.
sure.
Yeah.
Also, something else that's going on right now, the Kiwanis Club of Stark are selling tickets for the Steve Denmark Memorial Rib Sale. You can buy the tickets right now, and then you will pick up your ribs on November the 20th. That will be taking place at the Community State Bank of Stark between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Those are good too, by the way.
Oh, yes, you can't go wrong with that.
No.
Also, I want to talk about something that's happening here real soon is trick-or-treating and how important it is for safety.
Yeah.
And one of the things that the Sheriff's Department is doing is they have reached out to those that are offenders or pedophiles and told them that they were not allowed to have their lights on or hand out candy to children. They will be policing these areas, making sure that these acts are not being done. So that was one good way that the Sheriff's Department is trying to help keep our kids safe. Also, remember, if you're walking, trick-or-treating, carry something that glows, a light or something. If you can even put something that is a real light color next to the kid's costume. So if car lights hits it, they'll be able to see them a whole lot easier. So we want everybody to have a safe Halloween, and we don't want no kids hurt in our area or any other area. Also, land is now being cleared. They're off at 301 North. This is actually just a little south of Murray Dodge, and this is for the new hotel that's going to be coming in. And also the new school Construction is going on right now. They're bringing in
Yep.
fill dirt to make the roads and build up the foundation for them to go ahead and start preparing for the slab work coming up here, hopefully in the next couple of months. And I'll
Mitchell.
tell you what, they're doing a jam job. They are on it.
What motel is coming in?
I think that's a Holiday Inn Express.
It's a Holiday Inn Express.
Yes.
Really? Oh, okay,
Yes.
that's good. Those are nice places.
So, and hopefully, with some of the events that are going on, we have one event that's coming up in December. I know the motel won't be built by then, but we're the Nitro Rally Circus is going to be going on at the firm, not just this year, but for the next 5 years. And so this will help bring people in to enjoy these festivities, and also we put more heads on the beds, bed tax. That will help our community out, and also give other people a place to stay during Gator games and the Gator Nationals if they don't want to stay right there in Gainesville. I know if most of the time when those big events are going on, it's really hard for people to go to restaurants. Well, we want them to say, hey, you can come to Bradford, you can stay right here, and you can visit our restaurants, and it will be less crowded.
Oh, yeah.
So really excited about that. Dave, what do you think about the new hotel coming in?
Yeah, I pretty much like it. I tell you, we haven't had a bike week in a long time, and Bradford makes
Right.
a lot of money off those bike weeks. In that particular weekend, they can make anywhere from $1 to $2 million. The economy, the local economy. The kickback on these things, Mike, is where do we stay locally? You know what I mean? There's only a certain amount of hotels and motels that you can stay at. I think this would help maybe be able to bring that Bike Fest
Right.
back and some other festivals maybe that we've never hosted or that we've had hosted in the past, and bring them back to light as well.
Right, and I think one of the other things that it'll do, having a new hotel like that to start, some of the other owners of some of the other hotels will start taking notice and maybe start dressing up their hotels as well, making them look more presentative, and just kind of clean up the whole area of Stark downtown.
Yeah, I agree with that. So
Also happened in the area, actually the sheriff's department's probably had some phone calls, and also the police department, but this is due to military vehicles and low-flying helicopters. The FBI and the Department of Defense and the Department of Energy are in a training exercise called Prominent Hunt 22. All week in Alachua, Bradford, and Union counties, practicing their response to potential nuclear destination. Soldiers are wearing, hazmat suits.
Sure.
And and this right here actually works really well. I've gone through some programs and for nuclear stuff, and what they do, they take this as a exercise, and it helps them determine when what department takes over and what place. So I think it's a really great thing. At any particular time, it can happen in a small town
Right.
like ours or a big town in Jacksonville. And so I'm glad they're taking the time and having this.
and here we go, being proactive again. Instead of reactive, we're being proactive.
Right.
Trying to get all these things ahead of time, knowing what to do ahead of time, just in case. There's always an imminent threat to this kind of stuff. And like you said, Mitchell, for them guys to go ahead and start working on these things is really a good thing for all of us, because they'll know exactly what's going on.
Right. And I want to let everybody know there's going to be a gun buyback Saturday, October the 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Mount Moore Baptist Church at 718 Southeast 11th Street, Gainesville. Will not collect any personal or vehicle information from any participants. Each donor will remain anonymous. Only information collected will be made by model, caliber, and serial number. Visa gift cards for each gun turned in.
That's
So
good.
great opportunity to get some guns off the street
Yeah.
and save some of these kids' lives. A lot of times that's what happens. The Visa gift card will be provided as an incentive to each neighbor who elects to turn in a firearm during this event.
Great, that's awesome news.
So, and I want to speak of something else that's going on in Clay County. They're actually trying to help get people off of pills. So they're giving them methadone, try to get them off the opioids. So they're actually working on that over in Clay County. And I think Michael was telling me earlier, this program actually originated and started over in Alachua County and the city of Gainesville.
Yeah, several years ago, Gainesville Fire Rescue took a really proactive stance and created a community paramedicine program where the paramedics was teaming up with the University of Florida, going out to like the homeless shelters, like Grace Marketplace, places like that one, and providing proactive medical care, so they're not calling ambulances out there 5, 6, 20, 30 times a day, which was what was ended up happening. And as a result, the number of non-emergent calls dropped off. And it also spawned into treating drug addiction in certain areas. Well, that program is now expanded into Clay County, where the Clay County Sheriff's Office is teaming up with local healthcare providers to offer a similar program. So if you know somebody who has an addiction problem and you would like to see them get help and they want help, this weekend is going to be a great opportunity. You can visit the Clay County Sheriff's Office Facebook page for more information. Give them a call. If you're in Alachua County, contact Gainesville Fire Rescue. They have resources available to help people get back on the right track.
Right. And I tell you, Michael, we need more and more of this throughout the whole United States, not just here in the state of Florida. I want to actually get into something real quick, and I won't take too long.
No
but
problem.
I want to talk about Florida versus the nation and job growth. Florida has created over 84,500 jobs since September of this year. That is a lot of job creation.
There is.
I think the total number is, 150,000 jobs?
Right, that's 84.
So,
there was already 75,000 or 80,000 jobs that still needed to be filled in the state of Florida.
Right, and I think Florida's on the right path. Even the governor has mentioned, because of the ports and on the West Coast, they're having problems getting the ships unloaded.
Come on over.
Come on over to Florida, and actually they have listened. I heard the ships are lined up going through the canal.
Yes, they
and
are.
making their way over here to Florida ports. So
When you know what you're doing, and you have a team that knows what you're doing, and you have a group of people who want to stop commerce, which is what's going on right now, and those business people see that you know what you're doing and you want to have their business, they're going to come to you.
right.
And that's what's happening with that.
Right, and their ports wasn't even running 24/7, and our ports have been running 24/7 the whole entire time.
Forever.
Yeah, so just as a heads up here, just so you guys know, for those of you that live along the 301 corridor, you'll notice an increase in rail traffic. CSX has teamed up with the Port Authorities and the state government that, for example, earlier today from the 301 corridor from Jacksonville all the way down to South Florida, you're actually going to see rail cars, 150 to 200 rail cars loaded with semi-trucks, carriers, all sorts of equipment that they're going to load there and then ship them right back up to the north. So it's a cooperative effort, not just with the Port Authority, David, and those folks in the state government. CSX is on board as well. So you're going to start seeing that backlog that's been caused by all these ships is going to start really moving forward on the East Coast. West Coast, not so much.
Well, and if it does, Michael, what's going to happen is you're going to pay a heck of a lot more freight, more money, because we've got to truck it from the East Coast back over to you, to the West Coast, and guess who's going to incur that cost?
Well,
Exactly.
Welcome there, LA resident Mitchell Gunner. You're going to get caught with that.
That's right.
Seriously, does any of this make any sense to anybody
None.
that's got a brain in their head?
Not at all.
You have the goods that you need for your community, and the federal government and the state governments combining with each other on the West Coast to completely gridlock that. They've lied to the people that there's not enough trucks to get them out, and there's pictures been everywhere showing trucks backed up for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. They're lying to their constituents.
Yes, they are.
People in these states need to wake up. whether you're liberal or you're conservative, you have to make sure that you're elected officials
Well, and I tell you what, Byron,
doing a job.
With this happening here in the state of Florida, with more and more ships coming to our ports, that's going to create even more jobs on this 84,500 jobs that is listed right now. So I think that is a great opportunity for Florida to grow. And with people listening to that, they're going to want to move to Florida to have our freedoms that they may not have in other states. But we don't want them to bring that agenda with them when they come.
That is absolutely right. If you are a liberal...
Hey, Chris, excuse me. No, she's not. Casey's the one being paged. Get over here, Casey.
In the true sense, not this made-up, fabricated Marxist liberal that's going on now. If you are a true liberal and you want to come here, come on, please. But if you have the mentality that some of these politicians have now, that you want to cut your nose off to spite your face, which is what we're doing right now, leave that where you are, because your states are going to fail.
Right. And and other states need to take note, and they need to follow what our governor has been doing, and also what our Florida House and Florida Senate has been doing as well. And we are in great shape here in the state of Florida.
Yeah. I mean, if we could fill some of those 160,000 jobs, we'd even be in better shape. And again, hopefully we start knocking off these incentives that we've given everybody and saying, hey, it's about time to go back to work, isn't it?
It's time to go back to work, and it's time to actually look at the numbers and quit listening to what you're force-fed by the media.
Yep.
And by the politicians. Look at what the success rate is. That's like all the things that were being said about Ron DeSantis about COVID-19. They called him Death DeSantis and all of this other stuff. Well, where is it? Show me. Back it up with your numbers. I don't see millions of people dead in Florida. Do you?
No.
So, I mean, if you start looking at the chain of nonsense that they spew, and then you start looking at the facts, it doesn't match. It doesn't add up at all.
So,
sorry.
No, that's all right.
Some of that stuff just makes me. You're going to be able to scoot down. I need to run in here for just a second. I'll be back.
All right, go ahead.
Corn dogs.
All right. Hey, by the way, Dwight Allen says he did say 19. So put Dwight in there. Yeah. All right. So Tammy Testone says she loves her tornadoes. Joseph Sayers, Eddie McGee, thank you for joining. Will said 19. Lake Hill Baptist Church, Michael, Fall Festival Saturday from 5 to 7:30. Free for all fire brigade. We'll be there.
Fantastic.
Fantastic Fire Brigade is what he should have put there. Yeah. Okay. We'll be there. Coaches party, rentals, hot dogs, live music, and much more. That's Saturday from 5 to 7:30. Yeah. Devin Wheeler's on. Shirley Bagwell says she ain't getting no ribs because she's heading to Tennessee at that time. Randy Brooks, how are you? And talking about the hotel, motel,
yes.
It will bring business to start, she says. Absolutely, I think so. You guys are doing a great show. And see you this weekend at the 352 Shootout. That's Devin Wheeler. Lorenzo Jones, my boss over at New Millennium, is on. Hello, Lorenzo. Hey, Dwight said he's never given up his guns. Okay. Hey, that's right. Tracy Key O'Neill's on. Tom Bailey's on. And Dwight Allen says CSX is having problems getting conductors to work because they have treated them so bad for so many years. I've heard that too as well. So, anyway, hey, got to, okay, let's see what my man is saying. Okay, there we go. Hey, before we introduce our special guest, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hey Tornado fans, this is Kurt Miracle of Miracle Automotive and Towing, proud sponsors of Tornado Football. I want to welcome you to beautiful Stark, Florida and David Hurst Stadium, and thank you for letting us be a part of this community. We're here for more than your automotive and towing needs. We're here to be part of Tornado Country. Go Big Red!
All right, here we are back at Slice and Dice Barbecue. Hey, right here in beautiful Lottie, Florida. Right here on Madison Street. Right next door. Used to be Lottie Supermarket, Casey.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
you know what it is now?
It's a liquor store.
Yes, it is a liquor store. That's okay, because every town has to have one of them, right?
That's right.
So anyway, our special guest, Casey Napier, is on with us. Owner. Part owner, if Chris will say. What if I say you're full owner? Will Chris be mad? Let's go with full owner of Slice and Dice Barbecue. Look at Chris like, whatever you want to do, David. Anyway, welcome in. Hey, we still got some people out here. It's dark outside. And we still got people there. Got people on the inside. People still taking to-go orders.
We keep going until the customer stop.
Hey, I like that mentality. So, Casey, since the last time we were here, I've seen a lot of upgrades. I haven't even been here a couple of weeks myself, and I've seen some of the upgrades that you've done here at the, I like to call it the new and improved Slice and Dice Barbecue. Tell us what you've done here. Tell us what you've got on the menu, the new salad bar, and of course what you've got coming up that's very important on Sunday.
Well, we got our outdoor dining. You know, we put 8 picnic tables outside.
Right.
Done some little string lights and got that nice umbrellas for the sun, of course. We brung 9 tables inside with chairs. Everyone thought the picnic tables wasn't comfortable for some people, so we brung chairs in. And then this Sunday, we're going to be doing trunk or treat.
Right, trunk or treat, of
with
course.
a fantastic fire brigade.
Right. They'll be here.
We also have a salad bar now.
Right.
So that's been a big hit since we've done that this week.
Yeah, I figured that has been a big hit. You just started that this past week, right, Casey?
Yes, this past Monday.
This past Monday. So, like you said, it's been a big hit, and I know you're going to be adding some more things to it as you're hearing from customers.
Oh, yeah,
like,
definitely.
Yeah, I heard something about garbanzo beans and all this other stuff, and I was like, okay, now, hey, I'm sure she's got enough room, but we got to keep it down to a minimum here too. But the salad bar, how much is the salad bar?
It's $10 with a jumbo drink. You know?
Really?
And that's going to go. You can also, obviously dine in, but we need to go to salad bars as well. So.
Okay. So, like, if I wanted to order, let's just say a hamburger, and I wanted a salad bar on the side.
Yep, you can do that.
The salad bar
as a side is $6.
Really? That's not bad. Okay, so that's a good thing there. I noticed that your menu, you haven't changed up your menu, but you've been awful creative. And today there was this thing here: 2 chili cheese corn dogs with a side and a drink for $10. How did you come up with that? Because I was told that this was your creation.
Yeah, honestly, it's just once in a blue moon, something will cross your mind, and you're like, I wonder how that'll taste, and we try it out, and it's either a hit or it's not a hit. So
it's been a hit. And I've ordered one, ladies and gentlemen, to go. I'm going to have that on the way home. Byron, I don't know what you're ordering for the way home. Something. But anyway.
I talk about that burrito all the time. I probably should eat that.
Yeah, you do talk about that. Yeah, you should have that. That is very good. Now, I know you still got I know the hamburger steak will be tomorrow.
Yes.
The hamburger steak will be tomorrow. We still got the ribs and the chicken and all that. That's on the weekends. Have you thought about any more creations, any more, or does that just flow through you and just try it?
It is always stewing. My brain's always working. Sometimes it's overloaded, so once in a while I'll get that crazy idea, let's try this one. So it's just as it comes to me.
So how many people can we sit now in the total? Let's just say, man, this whole place was packed. So the outside and the inside.
I was 48 on the outside.
Okay.
And I want to say somewhere around 50.
So we can almost 100 people.
Almost 100 people.
Wow, that's pretty good. Since if anybody knew what this place was before, it used to be breakfast joint. I'm trying to remember some of the things it was called before. I don't know if you can remember.
You had Cadence Cafe.
Yes.
You had Sidekick Cafe. And
who's the other
Pit Stop? Was it Pit Stop?
Yeah, it was Pit Stop. It was Pit Stop. Yeah, and you come in here for breakfast and all that, but they wouldn't stay open up for dinner too much or lunch too much. Maybe every once in a while. But hey, you've got the full service thing going on right. Oh, Here we go. Look at this, Casey. You're going to have to describe this.
Casey, while he's bringing that out, a quick question from one of our viewers. Do you have turkey yet?
We do not. We do it as a special from time to time. It's one of those things kind of like brisket. We're small, so we have to keep our overhead down. So it's not something we can afford to keep on hand all the time, but we do specials. And we always try and put our specials on social media, so if y'all watch that,
You'll know. They'll know
yes,
it.
they'll know it ahead of time.
All right. What is this conglomerate here? What is this here, Casey? Show everybody.
This is something that we created on the food truck while we were still on the food truck, and it's called a tin can. And it's basically called a tin can because that's what we used to joke about the food truck being. It was a tin can, and that is basically everything we carry is a tin can. And you got your bacon cheeseburgers, your slow cooked pulled pork, your fried onion rings, your sauce through each layer as we build it. So
That's what you want to do.
I actually don't know. We were down there in the truck, and I think during the Christmas festivities, that's why I got it, man, it is delicious.
I mean, it smells like I can't eat like that anymore.
I mean, look at the size of this patty, guys. This is literally a quarter.
no, that's a half a pound.
Half a pound.
That's
So almost 14.
Yes. So
See?
that's actually 10 ounces of fresh patty grill beef that we start with, and we cook it out, and when it gets cooked down on charcoal, we'll put 8 ounces. So it's a half a pound bacon cheeseburger.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can come over. Look at that. You can come down here and get how much is that? With the price.
Put me on fire here.
I did. No pun intended. Hey, $12.56, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna tell you right now, Byron, Mitchell, Casey, Mike
Can't beat that.
I will. Yeah, if they can beat that, I tell you, you can't beat it. You can go anywhere in this county, and you're not gonna be David. Not for that.
The only
Not
thing
for that.
you need to do is bring some money and bring an appetite.
Yeah.
You're gonna hold it.
So Casey's gonna do that. Yeah. Hey,
No such thing as holding.
I'm gonna tell you what I like too, Casey. I don't know if everybody else is a fan of it, but I love that y'all have crinkle cut fries. What made you decide to do that?
That is actually a boss man's favorite. I got to give him credit for that. He says that it holds the bean juice on the fry better.
So when he dips his fries into the baked beans,
Yes, sir.
so I like that.
Yeah.
Byron, any other questions for Casey?
That's all the question.
How about, did you have a question for Casey?
No.
Oh, no,
I'm
you're
good.
lying. You're lying now. Mitchell, you have a question for Casey? He's eyeing that too, man. He can't keep
cook
his
one of
eyes.
those.
That's that hamburger.
What was that,
That is.
How soon can y'all cook something like that?
Our burgers, because they are half a pound, they take about 20 minutes to cook, but we try and always have some on the grill cooking. So we are cooked to order because we want our food to be fresh
Right.
as possible. So
Is that a mustard sauce on there?
that's a Carolina Gold. It is the mustard base.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And it smells good too. Michael, you got a question
Really
for Casey?
Well, and not so much of a question as much as I just wanted to point out something that I myself take advantage of every week. Aside from the fact that the food is amazing,
Right.
I love the fact that I can leave my office and start, make one phone call, and the food is waiting on me when I get to the restaurant. Calling ahead is a brilliant way to get in a hurry during lunch break. You can make time to come to Lottie, even if you don't live or work in the area.
And a lot of people don't realize too, not to cut you off.
Yeah,
but
no, it's okay.
we also do delivery. So
And I was going to ask you about that. Can you tell everybody what the delivery policy is?
our delivery policy, you call ahead of time. You can pay over the phone with his credit card, or you let us know how much cash you got on you. That way we can bring the correct amount of change.
Right.
We deliver to the prisons, we deliver to local businesses, private homes.
Is that-
Yes, sir. And,
What is it in here?
we have it out to Rayford, we got prisons. Lottie Star.
The boss man's meeting here.
Keystone Lights. Probably have to be pretty good.
But
You
yes,
get
sir.
over 10 of those, you get it delivered to people's house.
We take 6 orders of orders we deliver.
I was meeting on Griffith's
Who's
Loopers.
the delivery driver?
I try to be, but sometimes I let other people get out of the
Do you?
restaurant. So,
Do you see Chris every once in a while?
no, never.
No, never seen
Never
Chris.
seen Chris.
Okay, Chris like, no. Chris says, just bring me the money back.
I'll ride in the truck.
Okay.
Can you go over y'all's hours?
We are
Yeah.
open Monday through Saturday again, 11 to 7. We had paused there for a little bit, and we was only open Wednesday through Saturday. but we've got some more people hired on now, and we're finally able to open back up Monday through Saturday.
That is awesome. And then, of course, closed on Sundays
Yes.
for now.
Yes, we are closed on Sunday.
So everybody needs a day of rest, of course. And I know sometimes it's always a busy week
Yes.
because people don't realize when you own something like this and run something like this, like when you do your chicken and your ribs, there's a lot of pre-prep early in the mornings.
I get here every morning about 6:30 in the morning, and I don't leave till probably 10 o'clock at night.
That's what I was
and
about
then
to
I've
say. There
heard-
is no such thing as an 8-hour day in the
No.
restaurant business at all. No.
And I've been coming through, and I've seen Chris and the gang out there too, at 2:30 and 3 o'clock in the morning, smoking up ribs and chicken and everything else. So, hey, yeah, this one day, yeah, so, and you as well. So, trying to think what else. Mike, you got any other questions for him?
I was just kind of curious to hear what all you guys have planned. I myself have had a lot of people inquiring about Sunday night. I'd like to hear more about what you guys have planned for
Chris,
Sunday
you wanna
night
step in?
and
Oh, sure.
what's going on with that.
You're good. Come on in. Come on in.
Chris.
Sunday night is our annual trunk or treat. This will be our 3rd year doing it, and we just like to give a little back to the community. You know, they've been so good to us, y'all supporting us and everything. But we're going to run it 6 to 9, and the restaurant will be open in case anyone's hungry on Sunday, 6 to 9. But we're going to have, bounce houses. Braxton Britt's going to come out and throw together some bounce houses for us. We got the fantastic fire brigade.
Yep.
Thanks to Mr. Heater over there. We plan on having some cakewalks, hay rides, face painting, cotton candy, snow cones, popcorn, and all this is free. Free.
Yeah, and that's the kicker right there. It is free. And, people, like you were saying, you wanted to give back to the community as the community has given to you. And again, ladies and gentlemen, when they say it's free, it costs you nothing, right? You
That's
just
right.
come up
You just come
now,
and enjoy
we are
yourself.
raffling off a pig.
Yes, we have Save the Pork, we like to call it.
Save the pork.
Save
All
the
right.
Pork.
I like
And
Save-
it's a baby pig. We done it last year, and it was a real big hit, so we decided to redo it this year. And it's just a baby pig, that we get. We bottle feed it, so it's all friendly and loving, and we put it up with Boss Man, and threaten to barbecue it, and everyone buys a raffle ticket for $5 to try and save the pig.
Now, I know, I like to call her Little Casey.
Yes.
Little Casey
Yes.
will have this pig. She'll be feeding it that day and taking care of that and all that. So,
Yes, she's right over there. She's my go-to. She's in training.
she's in training.
Chris,
in
we need to
training.
have a discussion about how many raffle tickets I need to buy and where we can put this thing and how many 50-pound bags of corn I need to bring to you every week and how many months you think it will take to make me about 10 of them things. I'm sorry.
with that.
Well, yeah, and I may be able to talk to some friends about that, and we can talk.
I just had a question, an interesting question, because somebody asked about, did you say turkey?
Yes.
Somebody asked right behind that, and I know we're still on off, guys, about having a Thanksgiving dinner. Y'all gonna maybe possibly, y'all talk about that.
That is up in the works. We are brainstorming, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Dates and times, whether to do it on Thanksgiving or whatnot. But, for people that cannot have a family, don't have a family to go to have meals
Right.
or can't afford it, whatever it may be, we would like to have a free Thanksgiving dinner here for them to come and eat and enjoy and
That's it.
socialize.
You have to pardon me for just a second, brother. I forgot
Yes, sir.
the work phone out in the truck.
Okay, yes, sir. Go
Be back
ahead.
in just
Go
a
ahead. Dave, a question for Casey. I know you have been eyeing this burger. Is this one yours, by the way?
What would that cost?
Boss Man, is it $12.50? Help my brain out.
$10.99 for the burger.
Okay, $10.99 for the burger. Yes, sir.
That ain't bad.
No, I'm telling you, no. I'm telling you, I want somebody to beat that price of what you get here.
Speaking
If
of
they
y'all's
can- go ahead.
sides, what are y'all's different types
Oh,
of sides
yeah,
that y'all
there you
can
go.
have with your meals?
We always have French fries, baked beans, onion rings, coleslaw, garlic bread, fried okra. We always have those, and we always have our appetizers, which are corn nuggets, fried green beans, fried jalapeno pickles, fried mushrooms. We always have those things, but then we throw our special sides, as we like to call it, in there that we advertise throughout the week as well. Tater salad is one of people's favorites.
Oh, yes.
Collard greens, Italian style green beans, whatever it is. We might do corn on the cob sometimes. You never know with us. And we always try and stick it out there on social media again. So we Try to get our customers to watch our social media page on Facebook and everything.
And the sides are different from anybody else's sides in town. I can tell you that right now. The fried pickles, it's not pickle chips.
No.
Now tell them what your fried pickles are now.
The fried pickle is a spear.
Yes.
And it's battered with a jalapeno batter dip. And we deep fry that joker, and it's like a pickle.
Delicious.
It still has the juice and everything in it when you bite into it, and then that crispy and that after bite of that jalapeno, it's very good.
Corn nuggets are always fresh, Dave. I'm
Yes.
telling you. Their appetizers, there ain't nobody around here that can touch the appetizer. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I hear an echo about a nanner pudding.
Oh, we do have nanner pudding on a daily down. We're trying to keep that in stock daily. Everyone loves it, and
Probably is nanner pudding.
it's banana pudding.
Cut the bee off.
Yeah, took the bee off, but it's banana pudding. But honestly, it is the best banana pudding I've ever tasted.
It is. It is.
And what is y'all's top item that mostly sells, that y'all sell the most of?
Oh, Chris, can I answer that? Am I going to be right? It's got to be the hamburger and the cheeseburgers.
Honestly, the pulled pork tops it.
Really?
Just
Just barely,
Just
though.
barely, though.
Okay.
But the burgers are right there.
Good race, huh?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mike, I want you, while you're right here, you do this at least twice a week. I want you to tell people that are in Stark right now that think they've got a long drive to come here, or whatever reason they don't come to this establishment. I want you to tell them that you do this over lunch, and it's not that far from Stark to come here and eat at a great place with a great atmosphere.
Absolutely. And honestly, it's not that far of a drive. If you are familiar with the bypass, if you get off the bypass at 301 on the north side of town, it's only 4 miles to Lottie. From my office to Slice and Dice, it's just over 6 miles away. You can make that trip, depending on how heavy your foot is, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. Don't do that in Lottie. It's
We don't want you to get We want you to come and
We
eat.
want you to come and eat, not waste your lunch break visiting with one of the blue light specials up at 301. But on a serious note, though, take advantage of calling in your order, because they will have your food waiting for you, or at least moments away from having it ready for you when you get here. And with the new setup, it's great because those people with special needs that may not be able to sit at a picnic table, Chris and company have done a great job of making sure that they can accommodate everybody, the young and the young at heart, to be able to have a good meal. You can sit outside, you can enjoy the beautiful weather, and I'm telling you, this weekend is going to be beautiful weather to do this. But, you are literally 10 minutes away. So if you are coming from Stark, if you're coming from Rayford or anything like that one, take advantage of the location, because it's a great place. The layout is phenomenal. The atmosphere is great. The food is undescribable. It really is good. But it's not as far as people think it is. And if you take advantage of the ordering ahead, they'll have it ready for you to go, or they'll be waiting for you when you walk in the door.
Okay. Thank you, Michael. Somebody asked on the thing there, what time is the trunk or treat from again? What's the time?
6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
And
That's
if anyone
Sunday night.
wants to enter in, forgot to tell you all ago, we will have costume contest, trunk or treat contest.
Right.
I can dress as a fireman.
So, yes.
You will already be dressed as a fireman, right?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, there you go.
And if anyone wants to participate to help us out, we can always use volunteers. Yes, trunks.
Drug. Okay, so okay. Need as much help as we can get on that. So we've got the fire covered, we got the music covered, and we just need help with the trunks.
Yes.
All right. So there you go, ladies and
Sign-up
gentlemen.
sheet here.
Here, okay.
We're welcome to come in and sign up what they want to do, donate candy, do a trunk, whatever, do cupcakes for cakewalk, whatever.
Right.
Anything we're willing to go, anything else.
Anything else? So you come up here, we've got a sign-up sheet right here. Great time to come visit. Like I said, Chris and Casey over at Slice and Dice, they've got a great crew. Gary back there still cooking, by the way?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, my buddy Gary's back there. He's slaving over that hot stove, ain't he? He's always working. He's a good worker. What else in the near future, guys? I know what we threw just one thing at you, the Thanksgiving thing. What in the near future, unless you don't want to give it away, maybe that we can see Slice and Dice doing? Maybe something new on the menu. Maybe another creative idea. Some things that y'all have talked about that may be coming in there.
Friday and Saturday, we're looking at bringing breakfast back. And I don't know if y'all know that we had breakfast before or not, but I absolutely love
Yeah.
our breakfast. and it was the best breakfast I think I've ever had. I know
Shelly
I'm
Rodgers,
biased,
Shelly
but
Rodgers, are you on? You better make a plea with that girl. I know Shelly loved the breakfast. She would stop in every morning, grab that sandwich and
Yes.
stuff. Every morning, she loved that
So
breakfast.
I am pushing Boss Man, so everyone get on my side here and help me out for Friday and Saturday at least.
And is
breakfast.
it going to be like you're just going to have a few items?
Oh
or
no, we never do things.
No, let's never do
No.
things half day. This is going to be full blown.
Oh yes.
This is going to be the omelets, the scrambled eggs, the toast, everything.
If it's breakfast, it's going to be here.
Wow. Oh, there you go.
Oh yes.
I bet you'll drive from Stark for that, won't you? You'll get on the bypass.
California for that.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Slice and Dice. It's a beautiful place. It's very comfortable, isn't it, Byron?
Oh, yeah.
It's a comfortable atmosphere. Like I said, they've done stuff out here on the outside. He's even put 2 nice speakers up there. You can listen to the Friday night football games if we start early enough. You've got the Gator football games that can be broadcast out there. They've got this thing really going on. And I tell you, they don't have a Seminole channel. I mean, it's hard to. But he said no. He said
No, yeah, I knew that was coming, but that's
I will go around real quick. Michael, any last question for Casey?
No last question, but great job. Thank you for coming on and explaining everything that's happening this weekend, and great job also on the Thanksgiving plans you have as well.
Thank you.
David?
I just got to say thanks for having us here tonight.
Yes.
Our pleasure.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.
absolutely. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for having us.
Mitchell.
The smooth, the food smells out of this world.
You're
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's not just that. It's everything else that's cooking back there. It's just
It just aroma, doesn't it?
the
It's
aroma
like,
just comes out
yeah.
of the kitchen and it smells incredible.
Well, one thing I'd like to say, I appreciate what y'all were trying to do for the community.
Cheers.
It's not all about, y'all are showing it's not all about me. It's about the community and the town of Lawdy coming together with this trunk or treat that's coming up. And I tell you what, it goes a long ways. And I hope people that are listening actually come and support your business, because you're in turn turning around and giving support right back. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, and if y'all don't know these 2 people, they're 2 of the very nicest people that you will ever meet. They've got hearts as big as I don't know, golly,
You feel right
just
at home.
all the time. They got a heart of gold, and as long as I've known these 2, it's always, I never hear them, it's about us. I hear it's about what can we do for the community, what can we do for our visitors that come in and visit our restaurant. I've never heard them, Byron, say one thing about them. It's always about somebody else.
Well, David, you're right. You take probably about a year ago when the hotel caught on fire. Who jumped in there and brought meals down there to the
right
hotel?
away, wasn't even, he just jumped
These
on.
guys right here.
Yep.
They did that, and that right there is community support.
Yep. And that's why I say those hearts are, are like gold. Just
That's
from
actually how Truck or Treat got started.
yeah,
Because the school canceled their fall festival.
and you stepped
They
in.
wanted
Yeah.
something for the kids in here.
Kids, yeah.
That's how it was created.
So, all right. Hey, Casey, thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us. It
Thank you
wasn't
so
that
much,
bad, was
Casey.
it?
No.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. She did good.
Hot
Chris,
seat.
she did good, didn't she?
We don't bite in that camera. You a lot of people are scared of that camera, but that camera is nothing but a camera.
Yeah.
Casey, stay here with us real quick. Hey,
camera.
we'll be right back. To close up the show, hey, we got a couple of things to talk about. I know you have one thing to talk about, right? Just a little bit.
There's actually 2 that I want to go over real quick, because I
right.
want to set something up, because I want to ask not just you,
Right.
not just Mitchell, but everybody out here a question. And
All
it's-
right. And I've got something that Dave wants me to get into as well. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Brought to you by Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in beautiful Stark, Florida. Fun Point is an all-in-one arcade and restaurant that is bound to raise your spirits, sure to please your taste buds, and the games will keep you entertained for hours. Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in Stark. Feel free to give them a call at 904-966-3380. Make a point to visit Fun Point.
Here we are, back at Slice and Dice. Before you get into yours,
Sure.
Byron, I want to go over something.
Sure.
Dave said, David Rodgers, do you remember we did pick'ems last week? Which we did. You wanted me to go over the pick'ems, and you want to know how you did.
No, we don't.
Mike, it's not as bad as y'all think.
Yes, we do.
It's 85, maybe 90%.
So we picked 8 games. Dave Holland, you went 4-4. That ain't bad.
That ain't bad. 50-50.
Michael Heater, you went 4-4. That's not bad. Mitchell, you went 4-4. That's not bad. David Rodgers, you went 5-3.
That's not bad either.
That's not bad either. Byron Bagwell, you went 6-2.
Get the
Byron Bagwell, 6-2.
man
6-2, B. Ain't that something?
smoking Bagwell.
Smoking Bagwell. Michael, can you do me a favor? Give us 4 games this week. You can pick right on right, and then we'll do it again.
The Byron Bagwell for a reason.
There you go.
I
I know you did.
6-2 is not there.
No, 6-2 is awesome. But actually, 4-4 with those games that I gave you.
Oh,
If you went 4-4 there, you did awesome.
yeah.
Jesus, they were so close. Things could have went either way.
But cumulatively,
Yeah, cute.
let's move it on.
Moving on. And we'll go over those Friday night. But anyway, Michael's going to get 4 games for us.
Sure.
And he's going to do it, and then we'll do this again. All right, also, Bradford Tornado Football, you hit on
That's
it.
right.
Versus Madison this Friday night. Tornadoes are 4-4.
Go
Looking to go 5-4. Should be what'd you say? A slobber knocker.
I borrow a phrase from an old wrestling announcer.
Yes, exactly right, Mr. Gordon Soley and Jim Ross. Yep. And also, I got some big news in the upcoming weeks about tornado football. Big news.
Yes, sir.
Big breaking news about tornado football. And that'll be coming up. You work first and foremost before anybody. So I've got that coming up for you. All right, Mike, you want to go ahead and do that before Byron gets in? You got him?
No, go ahead and do
Okay,
that.
we'll do Byron. All right.
Go ahead.
So, B, we'll do the pick'ems last. What you got for us tonight, brother?
First, and we got into a really sensitive subject the last time I was on.
Yes, we did.
Before the pollen decided it was going to destroy me for 4 days. Okay, guys, a little bit of an update on what is going on with the situation in Virginia and Lowndes County. I just wanted to let everybody know that the gentleman that was accused of being a domestic terrorist defending his daughter actually has made an apology. And I want everybody to understand this. This gentleman on a national stage was ostracized, and he's demanded an apology, and he deserves it not just from Lowndes County, not just from the school board, but he deserves it from Joe Biden, and he deserves it from our Attorney General, and he deserves it from the FBI, everybody involved with this. Just wanted to give him a little update on this. I can't imagine how that man feels, and I really can't imagine how his dog feels. You play politics to this, and it's disgusting. That was the first thing that I want to say, and I'll keep people updated over on this. But the other thing, and I don't ask everybody in here, have you ever heard of something called anticipated income?
I've heard something about that. I don't know exactly what it is.
Mitchell, do you know what it is?
I've heard it.
Anybody else in here know what anticipated income is? Okay, so what we are talking about doing is we're talking about taxing billionaires on anticipated income. First off, it's unconstitutional. The 16th Amendment does not allow for taxation on anticipated income. Now, you can play games with it, just like they tend to do, and actually get this to happen. But anticipated income is basically, you have this, let's say, piece of artwork, and they anticipate the value at, let's say, in the case of a billionaire, $2.5 million this year. They tax you on that. The actual income you get from that piece of art, because it's valued at $2.5 million, turns out to be $0.75 million, and they have taxed you on $1.75 million that's not there. Or excuse me, $1.25 million that's not there. And the federal government is going to take that money from you. From them.
Well, they don't want to get into a big refund process, too.
Well, no.
So that's
Dave,
bouncing back and forth.
Dave, the federal government is not going to cut a billionaire a check for what they did not.
Right.
They're not doing
And it
that.
never
That
happened.
is not going to happen. They are going to take people's money.
Yes.
Now, if you think for 1 second that our federal government is going to stop there, you are wrong. Because anticipated income can be taxed on anybody that is sitting here that has a 401k.
Yep.
Because anticipated income can be what they think you're going to get out of the stock market, which is what most of the 401ks are based on. Can be for gold too. There's people that put gold, put for money in gold and silver in the 401ks. Guess what? They can guess the value of that and tax you on that too. If you think it's going to stop at billionaires, if you don't call and tell your representatives right now to stop this madness, stop it.
Well,
The top 1% still pays the majority of taxes in this country.
Yes, they do.
They are paying more than their fair share. That is a load of baloney. I am not in the top 1% by any means, and neither is anybody sitting here.
No.
This group that owns Slice and Dice, they're not in the top 1%. There are no business owners in this area that are in the top 1%.
Right.
This is going to destroy our productivity. It is going to destroy what we look at as, if you want to talk about creating medications, it's going to destroy companies like Pfizer. That should sound familiar. Those are the people that created the vaccine that everybody is swearing we need to take. Guess what? They're not going to be able to develop vaccines because they're going to tax the living devil out of these companies, these people that own these companies, and everything else. It is straight out of Marxism. Straight out of Marxism when people do this. There is going to be no, and I do mean no way, productivity will continue. Call your congressmen and senators and tell them, I have heard people that have a brain in their head talk about that they could be on board for this. Well, nobody needs to be on board for this. This is anti-American.
And I'll tell you another thing that's got a lot of people concerned is, the government with the IRS peeking in on people's checking accounts that has more than $600. And all that's going to do is make Americans say, you know what I'm going to do to the ones that's wealthy? I'm just going to take my money out of here, and I'm just going to put my money in the bank overseas, and that will right there will cause our banks here to collapse.
Or they're just going to put it in the back period.
Right, or not just put it in the bank. Exactly.
I mean, it's that is ridiculous. First off, as an American citizen who has privacy rights, you have no right. Government, look at my bank account, tell me how much money is in my bank account. I report that to you in the IRS anyway. You know that already. Why are you in my business? Because of your business. How much money I have.
They want to know where you're spending it.
That's exactly why they want to know where you're spending
Where
it.
you're spending it.
That's none of your business either.
Are you buying guns with it?
That's none of their business.
That's what
You already know that anyway. See, that's the problem. They already know that anyway. Why are they doing this? It's an invasion of people's privacy. They know if you legally buy a gun. You know why? Because they do a background check on you. If I go buy a gun from a friend, that's none of their business either. Guess what? I am a law-abiding citizen and I can own firearms. And that is none of their business.
And that's why I do not buy guns from stores.
Because,
I buy them from individuals because it's none of the government's
Right.
business
to know what I have at my house.
It'd say what people can say whatever they want to about whatever crazy person it's about. Okay, so we're going to stop citizens that are law-abiding from doing those things, but we're going to stop this because 1% out of a million is going to do something stupid. That is an infringement not only on our invasion, our privacy, but it's an infringement on our civil liberties. Is what it is. This group that's in control of this country right now are Marxists. They are not Democrats. They have no. They absolutely have no. We did a show, and I talked about the fact that Bernie Sanders' agenda he gave to Joe Biden was straight out of the Constitution of the USSR. And it's exactly what they are trying to implement. They are trying to turn us into a socialist state. Do not put up with it. Call your congressmen and senators. People get on right-wing people that they call right-wing freaks about, oh, it's socialist, it's Marxist, it's communist. Open your eyes and look. The information's there. All you have to do is understand history or take a look at things like the Constitution of the USSR and read it almost word for word out of what they put out when they were actually running on it.
Well, right now, Byron, kind of talk about another topic. Pelosi has, I think, 72 hours to try to slam this bill down everybody's throats, because after that, it has to go back. They have to redo the bill all over again.
Yeah.
And she is trying to ram it down everybody's throat up there. But I tell you what, there are a few Democrats that are standing up and saying, no, we're not doing it. We're not voting for it. One of them is Joe Manchin. That is one Democratic senator says, no, we are not doing this.
Well, what I'm thinking because Joe Manchin understands that if he does stuff like this, his constituents will kick him out, right? Because it's where he lives. It's talk country. He can't bite the hands that feeds him and expect to continue to do that. Right. That's the only reason Joe Manchin does that.
I don't think he would vote for it either way. I really don't, because to me, I think he is a real Democrat and not a Democrat turned Marxist.
See, that's the problem with this. You have so many people out there that sit there and say, well, you can't really say that. They're really not. They're Democrats in name only. That's just really what they are. They're not grandparents of Democrats. They're not. So,
and that's why we left that party.
That's exactly why I left that party. And I left that party when I was about 19 or 20. Really, I kept my registration for it for a long time, but I didn't vote for a Democrat because I saw it coming. There were too many people that they were allowing in the Democrat Party that were insane. And that's the only way you could describe a person who would do anything that's Marxist.
Right.
Because if you look at its history, it is a history of destruction and it is a history of death.
Right.
Now, all you have to do is look at people like Stalin and Pol Pot and Hitler. Mm-hmm. I mean, people say, well, he was a Nazi. No, he was a socialist. This is what he was, which is nothing but communism. It's Marxism. It's a side of Marxism. Communism is a side of Marxism, so is socialism. It's the same thing. It just comes about in two different ways. So I wanted to distance myself away from that because I don't want any part of what's going on today. This is insane.
Right.
And the people that are voting for what they think is going to happen and is not really going to happen.
Right.
And I tell you, there's the American people, their voices are getting heard. Even independents, their approval rating for Biden is down to 24%.
It's in the garbage can.
And the overall approval rating is getting close to 35%.
You know what I find fascinating about this? You know who's the one person that's happiest about this? Jimmy Carter.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter.
Like that one, Michael.
Okay, look.
Yeah.
I've said this before, and I really meant it. People love Barack Obama. He was a worse president than Jimmy Carter.
Oh yeah.
I never thought in a million years, policy-wise, I would ever see anybody worse for this country than what Barack Obama did. I have been stood corrected now. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Because Joe Biden's doing it and has done it. He is by far the worst president I've ever seen. And he is well on his way to destroying everything this country has done in the past. I have 1776.
Start at the beginning. Yeah.
In a year.
Not even a year, 9 months. Under Biden, it's been being destroyed. But I mean, you can tell. We're seeing things that we've never seen before. Acts toward a president that we are seeing right now in America. I mean, the acts that are going on and the taunting, and him trying to give a speech somewhere, and him being just shouted over by people. Everybody has lost faith, and those who even voted for him have lost faith. And they were saying, hey, you know what? Trump wasn't really that bad after all.
Well,
and these are Democrats that are saying it.
And there are still a group of them out there that are blaming Donald Trump. This is not about Trump. This is not Republicans. This is their mess. They are doing this. And then you see the American people are starting to act towards responsibility, which is exactly what they should do. They should run these people out of Washington, D.C. I don't care how long they do. But it's not going to happen in some spots. So you're not getting rid of Chuck Schumer, you're not getting rid of Nancy Pelosi until they're either dead or, and I don't mean that in a bad way, please, until they pass away, or until they decide they don't want to do that. It's just ridiculous. I mean, these people are just, they're terrible. It's the bottom line.
All right, guys. I want to leave you with something too. I want to leave you with something as well. And that's two good topics, and I want you to bring back up the Virginia thing for sure. This was a great topic as well. Somebody asked me to ask you from my work. I'm about the same age right now. Dave is right there. About Social Security. A guy that I work with said, ask Byron Bagwell if he can research it or if he knows if Social Security will be around within the next 10 years. I'm going to leave you hanging with that.
Solvent.
So
it'll be around, but it's not going to be solvent. We're going to have to continue to borrow to support people who put money into something that's not an entitlement. It's
Right.
not an entitlement. It is literally a savings account.
Right.
And it should have been left by the Johnson administration, which is part of where this nonsense is all coming from. That's been a long time ago. But it works slowly, and it trickles off, is what it does. They took it out of law, so they put it in a general fund. And everybody should be standing up, screaming, hollering, and yelling, not doing that, because it's right. This is in the general fund.
It's like a free check, right?
Yeah.
We need $30 million.
Yeah. Don't worry about David and people that are retiring and they should get that Social Security. Hey, we'll get it from somewhere else.
And I guarantee you,
We'll get it from somewhere else.
To begin with, what they really should have done with it, this is not going to be a popular opinion, to begin with, what they really should have done with it is exactly the way it was supposed to be done. It was supposed to be a check on the Great Depression. It was not supposed to be permanent. They should have let it run its course and they should have gotten rid of it. because it's going to give those people in Washington, D.C. power to do anything. It never goes away when they start using it.
Hey, listen to this. This is what I think is going to happen with that $3.1 trillion or 3.5, whatever they're trying to pass right now that we talked about. And actually, I've heard it's more like $5 million from CAC-CAMEX. $5 trillion. If they cannot get there, you know what they're going to do? They're going to redo that bill. They're going to say, "Oh, we'll just do it at 1 point something billion," and then they're going to rob Social Security to fill in the gap for what they want.
Well, you know, sooner or later, what happens when they keep on doing stuff like this is the pitchforks and the torches come out. Mm-hmm. I'm not condoning that, but sooner or later, that's going to end up happening. Mm-hmm. They talk about this insurrection that happened on the 6th of November. Or was it the 6th?
That was not an insurrection.
That was not an insurrection. No. I am sorry to tell all of everybody that thinks that was an insurrection. That was not an insurrection. An insurrection would have been 100,000 armed people storming the Capitol building. That would have been an insurrection. When I heard shooting, that shots had been fired inside the Capitol building, I really expected to hear about 30 or 45 minutes later that there was somewhere around 3,000 or 4,000 people dead. That's what I really expected to hear. That's an insurrection. What happened was this was a bunch of goons that infiltrated Donald Trump's rally and went in there and basically had a photo op with the police officer and let them in. Nancy Pelosi was warned about this might happen and did nothing. Fired the sergeant at arms, and then, I can't tell about anything because basically we're miles from their arrest. So, look, before that happens, we need to get rid of these people. And we need to get rid of them by doing what Americans do, and that's going to the voting movement. Now we have another issue. We got to get rid of all frauds going on. I don't care what anybody says. There was a bunch of other fraud going on with this. It's just not being allowed to record anybody that says it's a 10-4 hat. Let me tell you, there was fraud. Oh, there wasn't that much fraud. How much fraud is acceptable?
Fraud is fraud, isn't it?
Fraud is fraud.
Yeah.
And if it happened,
it doesn't matter if it's a little bit or a lot.
Well, yeah.
If it's happened from some party officials, those party officials need to be gone, and the people that are over them need to go with them. Now, here's the other thing that I'm going to say about it. The next time a governor and a state's attorney decides they're going to break the Constitution by passing laws that allow people to vote because of a pandemic in a different manner, instead of going through the actual constitutional process, they need to be removed immediately. That needs to be put in all of the states' constitutions, because you cannot accept the results of a state that has violated the Constitution towards a presidential election. And we did this last time. We broke our own Constitution, and the citizens of this country sit back and allow it because, oh, it's Donald Trump. That's not right. States do what they want to. That's very clearly written in the Constitution how federal elections are supposed to be done. The laws for those federal elections are up to the state's legislatures to pass. The governor of Virginia violated that by doing what he did, and so did that state's attorney. And those should be held accountable.
All right, guys. Hey, what a great show, Byron. I'm gonna leave that hanging with you. I know you sort of answered some. Let's get to some pick'ems really quick here. All right, Michael's got them on the board. Dave, I know this has become your favorite segment. Let's start off. Will, as I read them off, you can join in, yes, but you got to give me your answer. Texas versus Baylor. Byron, give it to me. That's 16 Baylor. Texas at Baylor.
Give me Texas, please.
Texas. Michael Heater.
I want Texas. I'm taking Baylor.
All right, Baylor. All right.
Going to keep it home.
All right, Dave, you like Baylor. All right. Mitchell.
I'm going with Baylor. It's going to be a close game.
And I like Baylor, too, defensively, in a close one as well. All right, let me see. All right, no Will Smith yet. All right, Miami beat North Carolina State and upset them. Can they get another upset, Byron, next week at number 17 Pitt?
No.
All right.
Give me Pitt.
Give you Pitt.
Actually, give me Little Sisters of the Poor over Miami. Anybody but Miami.
Little Sisters of the Poor. Go ahead, Mike.
I think the Hurricanes are going to fall to that classic of, they're going to come down off of that high for the upset. Yeah, it's going to be Pitt, and I hate to say it, but it's not going to be pretty.
I don't think it is either. But anyway, I'll give you. You got another pen over there, Michael? You got a pen, Dave? Anybody got another pen?
I think I left it in the house.
You got one out of my bag right there, brother.
Here you go.
All right, here we go. All right, Dave or Mitchell? Well, let's go with Dave. Go on Pitt. All right. Mitchell.
I'm actually going to go with Miami going home with an L behind its name. So I'm going for Pitt.
Dadgum you. And I'm going Pitt, too. I like the quarterback over there. He's a good quarterback. He's up for the Heisman, too, by the way.
He's a really good quarterback.
Yeah. All right, number 5, Ohio State versus Penn State. Michael, is that game at Ohio State? I think it is.
I believe it is at Ohio State.
All right.
I know I'm Michael.
Go ahead there.
Yeah. Everyone who knows me, I have 2 favorite teams. Well, 3. I'm a Florida Gator. I like Michigan, and I like anybody who is playing Ohio State. I'm taking Penn State for the upset on this one.
Penn State. Michael Heater likes Penn State. Not a bad pick. Byron?
Ohio State and the referees.
All right, Ohio State. Okay. Dave?
They've been Alabama.
How about them worthless nuts?
All right, Ohio State.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with Ohio State, but it will not surprise me if Penn State pulls out the win because Ohio
What
State,
happened last week?
They just laid down the first quarter, almost the first half of football before they get things going. And I'll tell you what, if a team jumps, at least 2 touchdowns over the top of them, it's really hard to fight back. But I think they'll actually barely pull it off.
Texas and Baylor was that, Will. Texas and Baylor was the first one. All right. Number 1, Georgia versus Florida at the largest outdoor cocktail party in Jacksonville, Florida. Give it to me, B.
I'm going to give you the answer to this because they're eventually going to be the SEC champions, too.
Okay. Georgia big?
Yes.
Georgia
14
big.
to 21 points. Sorry, Gators.
All right.
This team is really good.
All right. What do you think, Michael Heater?
I agree. Georgia is playing to win. However, if you go back in the last 30 years,
I know what you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say? Every time that the Atlanta Braves have gone to the World Series, Florida has beaten Georgia in Jacksonville. The Braves are headed to the World Series. Florida beats Georgia by 7.
You like Florida?
I like Florida.
Okay. Mitchell?
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with
I was about to say, what is Michael Heater
I'm a Florida fan,
that team's good.
but I just don't think Florida's got the ammunition on defense to stop Georgia.
That's a good pick.
There's
Dave?
nobody on
The last
defense.
few times I saw Florida, the defense was looking good.
Except when LSU ran the ball for about 360,000 yards.
Yeah, that was
So you like Georgia here?
That was the rough one.
All right, so you want Florida?
I'm going to have to go with Florida.
Oh, okay.
I can't turn my back on them.
All right. That's a loss for you. I like Georgia big, and big.
Only because you're an FSU fan.
No, because I picked Florida, and they burnt my ass before.
Literally.
All right, here we go.
Literally, they beat the second
Number
best
6
team in the SEC
Michigan.
last
Number
week.
6 Michigan versus Michigan State. B, hand it to me.
Give me Michigan, Lisa. In the Battle of the Sleep Bowl.
Battle of the Sleep Bowl.
Hey,
I know.
I told you last year the Michigan was going to do well. They continue to improve. It's going to be a walk in the park for Michigan. You don't think so because
Please change my pick now.
Michigan is going to take this one. Go Wolverines.
I got 3 favorite teams.
Let me put Michigan State down.
Ohio State,
Yeah.
the
Florida.
Gators, and anybody that plays Michigan.
All right, so Dave likes Michigan State. I like that. All right, Mitchell.
I'm actually going to go with the upset. I think Michigan State pulls out the win. I say they win by a field goal.
All right.
It's going to be a really good game.
That's going to be probably the best game of the weekend.
I have a question for the
All right, hang on a minute. I haven't given my pick yet. Let me see.
I'm sorry.
Give me Michigan State in the upset, real close. Michigan State at home. You like that pick, don't you? Yeah, he does. He likes that pick. I like
They're
that.
both good
All right,
teams.
I've
That's
got
gonna
a
be a good
bonus
game.
pick for you.
Oh, bonus.
Florida State at Clemson. B, you've been waiting for it. I'm going to give it to you.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one for Dave.
This is not because I'm a Florida State fan.
Okay.
This is because I've been watching both teams and how they've been playing recently. Give me Florida State
Okay.
by 10.
Michael Heater.
No chance. No, not happening. Clemson by 3 touchdowns.
Holy crap.
Has he been watching Clemson at all?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
I have.
that
Yeah,
offense couldn't walk through.
That's what he thinks. He thinks they're going to bust it open on us.
Yes, I
Dave.
I guess I'm going to have to go with Clemson myself.
Oh, Dave's going with Clemson.
Oh my goodness!
All right,
They're going to
Mitchell.
run for 400 yards on.
Oh, Mitchell's going Garnet Gold in an
I
upset.
see the improvements that Florida State has been making
Yeah.
the past couple of weeks,
Yeah.
and I look for them to win by 7.
All right.
I mean, how,
Will Smith likes Sparty too. All right. I like FSU in this game just because of the way they've been playing. I think it's going to be real close, though. I don't think it's a blowout either way.
No.
Clemson can't score.
They can't
They
score.
play good defense. All of a sudden, Florida State's been running the ball. If Clemson shuts down that run, Florida State's going to have to throw it. And I'm not still so sure about Travis yet. He's a good ball player. He'll still throw I like it close.
I'm
All right.
sure about how our offensive line.
You know
is
how
playing
Florida
tonight.
State's going to win that game offensively?
How?
They're going to pass the ball,
I
and they're
know.
going to do crosses. They're going to throw out the
right,
flats.
then if
they're
we're
going
gonna
to
do that-
screens. They're going to keep it short and simple.
Huh?
Running back number 0.
Oh, Corbin. Yeah, he is bad.
I'm going to tell you, I don't think he's the best running back in the squad.
And no, he's not. Ward.
My
Maybe.
that
Yeah.
that kid,
He's a bruiser.
when he. Not only is he a bruiser with the jump cuts, man, and just the moves. That kid,
All right, we'll see. And Marquis says Tennessee will not lose this weekend. Yeah, you think they can win the bye week for once?
I didn't think we were going to lose last week. I'm being honest with you. I thought they had a chance to beat us.
There was no way God's green.
That game was close.
And well, Alabama says that he started with it on.
Until the referee started going, what is a holy call? Like they only do with Alabama. I mean,
All right, here's a bonus pick.
then they grab a hold of this guy's sharp and rip it out of his shirt and throw it down on the ground while I'm standing there watching.
Hey, I'm not going to have anything. Bradford Madison. Who do you like?
Look, this is going to be
Bradford
this
versus
is going
Madison.
to be a good football game, and Bradford is due with this team.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Bradford.
Tornadoes. All right, Michael.
Out of sheer
This may be the breaker.
out of sheer optimistic will, I'm going to pick Bradford, but it's going to be literally it. If they win, it's going to be by a field goal or within a few points. But the first 5 minutes of the game is going to dictate how the rest of the game goes.
I agree with you on that.
What's Madison's ranking?
They've lost 3 games. We've lost 4. They played some big boys too, though. So they are second in their region. We're third in ours.
going to be a good game either way.
It's going to be a good game. I'm going to have to stick
like
with
last.
Bradford.
You're going with the Tornadoes, all right? Michael or Mitchell?
Who's got the better field goal kicker?
We do.
There you go. Bradford's going to win, and it's going to take a couple of field goals.
Will Smith says the Tornadoes.
And thank goodness we got
I'm
someone
going
who
with
can kick the
Madison
ball.
County. I just see it, and I call the game. Right now, Madison County's coming off of a real high. They beat 6A Lake City last week by 2 touchdowns. Madison's going to come in here and run the ball. We're not going to be able to stop it. I like Madison County by 10.
You don't think Bradford's going to man up on defense and run stunts
I
into
like
those guys?
Madison County. If they bring the run blitz, then that kid can throw the ball too. I meant to tell you too. So I like.
Hey, don't bring.
Hell no! Give me the Tornadoes. I ain't taking that garbage.
He didn't get me. I knew that was nonsense.
You knew that was nonsense, didn't you? Tornadoes. I think they're going to beat them by 10. I think
they're a more complete team on offense. They can run the ball. They started running the ball, which is what I wanted to see before I said this, and they throw the ball well.
Will Smith's got a point. One of those wins was a forfeit win because of the team. So they actually played the game. He says I think they're 3-3. They're either 4-3 or 3-3. I'm trying to remember how many games they played.
Well, David, what Bradford's got to do every time that they get down there in field goal range, if they don't think they can make it on 4th and short,
let's try it.
Let's
that
kick the field goal.
That kid is hot.
Grab the points when you
kid
can
is
get
hot.
them.
Against Madison County, yes.
You got to grab the points when you're there.
Yeah.
You can't push the ball on 4th down to try to go for it and give the ball right back to them. You have to kick those field goals and get those points.
All right. Well, I got your picks. Let's see how we do. Guys, it's been a great show. I want to thank Casey and Chris for letting us host the show
You
here.
just want to hurry up and get that hamburger.
Somebody's going to get that hamburger. But again, great establishment. Please come and join these guys over here. Drive from Stark, drive from wherever, Camp Blanding. Come over here and have a great meal. You heard Michael Heater. Comes over here a couple of times a week during his lunch break. And so if he can make it during his lunch break, you can too, and you can make it for dinner or whatever it may be. Come visit these guys. They're really great people. On behalf of Mr. Byron Bag. Weather real quick?
Yeah, let's do a quick
quick weather report.
Yeah, let's do that real fast here if you want to.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so real quick, let's just do the pollen report's going to be really a big thing here. The numbers are going to drop because we've got some rain moving into the forecast on Thursday. Chance of severe weather, so be aware of the fact that between 9 a.m. to about 4 p.m. in the Bradford County area, a little bit earlier if you're further west, a little bit later if you're closer to the Atlantic coast, damaging winds a possibility. Rain totals up to 1 inch are possible in some of the heavier lower lying locations. We'll see what happens. The regional forecast, again, that frontal boundary over Pascagoula, tomorrow's a washout for you guys. Once again, the rest of the southeast looks fantastic, but notice the difference. 82 degrees in Orlando, 66 in Nashville. You can see where that frontal boundary is going to be making its way through, and that is going to affect us on Thursday. So the local forecast shows it. Decent day tomorrow. High temperatures right around 80 degrees, but by Friday and into the weekend, temperatures dropping around 70. Weekend lows looking at upper 40s. So the trick-or-treaters are going to have to bundle up a little bit if you've got costumes. Make sure that you dress appropriately. And again, as Mitchell said beforehand, make sure you guys are safe about it.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Michael.
I can't wait for this good weather on Saturday because you know what that means.
That car's going to be running.
And they're all going to be flying.
On behalf of Casey and Chris, Mr. Brian Bagwell, Mr. Michael Heater, Dave Hall, Mitchell Gunner, and myself, God bless you guys. Have a great week, a great weekend, and we'll see you next Tuesday night. Don't forget.
We'll see you Saturday if they tune in.
Oh, that's true. Yes, Saturday for the 3-5 shootout. God bless you guys. Good night.
I knew that was coming.
Man, good. Woo.
that was brutal.